Hey guys, my name is Menzella, and I'm here to talk about the green slime that has recently been discovered covering the beaches of Stewart Beach found on Florida's east coast. Now, this slime is actually not a slime, it's actually a toxic algae that has overtaken beaches and lakes in Florida, heartbreaking the locals who say that they don't see an end in sight anytime soon. Now, according to CNN, Governor Rick Scott declared a state of emergency earlier this week in Martin, St. Lucia, Lee, and Palm Beach counties due to the miles of smelly, guacamole-thick algae that are so big that it can actually be seen from space. Now, this slime originated in Lake Okeechobee and later spread to nearby beaches, causing locals and tourists to flee. Now, not only is the smell just awful, it's atrocious, it will also have a devastating effect on the economy and the marine life of not just Florida, but the surrounding areas as well. Now, since the towns, for the most part, affected by this algae are 100% driven by tourism, and the tourists have fled, the economic effect is devastating. Now, according to a local, Jordan Schwartz, who owns a surf shop in Ohana, he says that you go to the beach in the height of summer and it's crowded beyond belief. But lately, we have empty beaches and empty restaurants and empty hotels, and it's all thanks to this algal bloom. Now, for those residents who don't 100% depend on tourism for their income but do depend on the water, the algal is still life-changing. Now, according to a local boat dweller who goes by the name of Robinson, he says as a fisherman, he finds himself cleaning driveways of local marina hotels in order to make a living, since his fishing business has momentarily come to a halt. Now, although this seems devastating, it does not stop there, because this growing problem isn't just affecting the state of Florida. According to Dr. Bill Loda of Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, he says that the impact of the bloom is tremendous, but the worst is yet to come. Now, the cause of these huge algal outbreaks is the result of excess fertilizer being used in both agricultural and home settings, which run off into the local waterways after heavy rains. But the problem is much bigger than we imagine, and officials are starting to use the word unprecedented and fear that the algae will travel through the oceans to surrounding states as well. Now, although they are attempting to stop the algae in their tracks by reducing the water of Lake Okeechobee, which is the original lake where the algae was found, and they are also continuing to discharge the water from that same lake and replace it with new water. Now, Florida Governor Rick Scott announced that he would propose a new funding to create a grant program that would help homeowners who live near these bodies of water to switch from septic tanks to sewer systems. He hopes that this would improve the community's wastewater systems. Now, although this might show slight improvement, Florida is not in the clear yet, because this algae is not only having an effect on the economy, it's also having an effect on the humans and the marine life as well. Now, both Florida residents and visitors have been complaining recently of headaches, respiratory problems, and rashes, which officials believe to be linked to the alga. As of right now, though, they aren't 100% sure and no medical protocols have been placed. Now, although there is no definite link between the symptoms and the algae, officials do know for sure that the cyanobacteria which cause this outbreak are fatal to marine life. Now, one of the reasons is because it affects sea plants. Now, this is because sea plants, obviously, just like every other plant, uses photosynthesis to create food. But now the sea plant is blocked by this algae, and basically all the sea plants are being suffocated. But it doesn't just stop the sea plants. It's also affecting oysters, and it's killing sponges, and it's killing other seagrasses and corals, and it's devastating. Not only to, again, humans and the economy, but also marine life as well. According to Henry Brencio, who is a geologist at Florida International University, he says, quote, "There is a time where the water can no longer sustain life, and if we do not do something soon, marine life may not survive." Now, this toxic algae bloom, again, blankets Florida beaches and prompted a state of emergency earlier this week, which affects marine life, the economy, and even humans. Now, officials fear that if something is not done soon, that this deadly algae will spread to other states and cause a nationwide panic.